Shout out the Urban Influencer, the largest independent platform for breaking independent artists. You know I appreciate you. It's Ponzo Houdini, Cake Boss, Cake Boss.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Urban Influencer. Today, I have the privilege of interviewing Mr. Ponzo Houdini, Cake Boss, Cake Boss.
There we go.
Gotta make sure. What up? What up?
How you doing this evening?
I am doing well. This interview is kind of long overdue.
Absolutely. And first off, I want to say I appreciate you for everything that you have done thus far. I mean, even though I've been knowing you briefly, I seen you at one of my shows that was on my last tour, Rich Good Tour. And, ever since then, everything has been great. The energy has been beautiful between us. So I just want to say I appreciate you for all the, the love that you've been showing.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. So, first of all, what I like to do on this platform, we love introducing and presenting independent artists. That's the liquor. But what we want to do is showcase you and your music. So the first thing is, I want you to tell everybody who is Ponzo Houdini, especially, and it's like you are, new people who may not get, a lot of people may not have heard of Ponzo Houdini, and they don't know you got 500,000 streams, on Spotify. So who is Ponzo Houdini?
First off, Ponzo Houdini is influencer. I am a rapper. I am an actor. I am a philanthropist. I am a motivational speaker, and I'm a pillar to my community. First off, I want to say, if you don't know me, it is very much in your best interest to get to know me because I provide value and good interest. And good energy to any situation that I'm in. I have a bunch of music that's been released on all platforms. Music, over 41 music videos. I got a hit record that's taking over the world right now, and it's a hit record, all been promoted, marketed, all independently. I own my own record label. I own my own clothing line, which I'm wearing the brand now, Hustler Dreams Clothing. So I just want to say Ponzo Houdini is just somebody that, once you get to meet him, it would be a pleasure.
Okay, and I kind of had that down. Clothing line. How much are you wearing around your neck?
Oh, well, today I got something light on today. I think this is $10,000. Then my ring is $9,500. Then my watch was $25,000.
Okay. Yeah, because I was looking at one of your videos and you were like, I was like, okay. And you love, what's the name of the company? In Atlanta, Crescent Jewelers.
Yeah, me and Crescent Jewelers did a lot of business together. They did a lot of pieces for me and my artists. Like when I sign artists, I give them a CBL Cake Boss Life piece, as a gift for being a part of the label and the team.
Okay, cool. I don't sing, so can I get a piece of jewelry?
Absolutely, because my team is not just built on artists. I have openings for publicists. I'm actually looking for a publicist to hire to the team as of right now.
Okay.
I already just hired a digital marketer. I have managers. I have tour managers. I have other assistants and stuff like that. So right now I'm just looking for a publicist. That's okay. I got radio DJs locked in on the team. I got a radio promoter, that's locked in. So it's like everything is coming together. Like my label is the same as a major. We just on a smaller scale, which, in a minute we're going to be big time, the biggest ever.
Okay. So how many artists do you have signed right now?
Currently only have one. I released all the artists that was on the label at the end of last year. I feel like, if you ain't working as hard as I am, I'm not going to let you have this platform, unless you deserve it. Because this shit ain't just for anybody. You have to actually deserve it. It's like when you go to work You know what I'm saying? And you have to work in order to get a paycheck. So it's like you're not going to get rewarded unless you put the work in. A lot of people don't want to put the work in. They want the accolades, they want the rewards, but they don't want to put the work in to receive it.
That is so, I'm glad that you brought that up, because I think with the music industry, I'm seeing where it is people who think it's just it's about the bling, it's not about the music, it's not about the work.
It's definitely about the work. I've been doing this for 16 years, and I can tell you firsthand that it's about the work. At the end of the day, I know people that have spent millions on trying to make it in the industry, but what they lack is the tenacity to actually stay down and put the work in. They thought, oh, I could pay this person and I can jump ahead of the line. It really don't work that way.
Okay. So why independent versus being with a label?
Me personally, I have no problem with being with the label, but my label situation have to make sense for a business owner. I'm a business owner. I'm not just a rapper. I'm a business owner that raps and I do music. So, you know what I mean? When people think of me, I don't want them to look at me as like, oh, that's Ponzo Houdini, the rapper. I want them to look at me as Ponzo Houdini, the musical artist that's an entrepreneur. You feel me? Because I'm a business. So it's a brand here. So it's like they're not just signing a rapper that just do one thing in rap. I do multiple things. I'm an actor. I'm starring in movies and stuff of that nature. You know, I also own other businesses and have other ventures that's going on. So it's like I'm bigger than just a rapper. So I don't like to be put in that box as he's just a rapper. No, that's one of the hats that I wear.
Okay. And that's, you know, I think what really impressed me is when we did the industry call, and you talked a lot about the business that people don't look at or don't understand. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, how much do you, well, I said that one. What is your background in this business? Because you are very knowledgeable. If a person just looked at you, you know, because people stereotype people based on what they look like, they wouldn't think that you were as intelligent or knowledgeable. Absolutely. So what's your background in this business?
First, my background as a hustler from the streets. I grew up in downtown Buffalo, New York, on one of the most poverty-stricken areas of Buffalo. And I grew up to a background of, you know, a mother and father being separated. First, they were married when I was born, and they got separated. My mother having a drug addiction. So, you know what I mean, broken home come from that. First off, that's what stimulates, you know, a lot of the things that we, you know, go through as an adult because of the things that we went through as a child. So having a broken home and then growing up in poverty in the streets, becoming addicted to selling drugs, because that is an addiction as well. Not just doing the drugs, selling drugs is an addiction as well, because you know it's wrong, and then you can go to jail and then come out and still sell the drugs. You got to be addicted to that lifestyle as something because you keep doing it. So I learned the hustle, and I had the hustling spirit from just being in the streets and then going back and forth to prison. But I said it's time to apply that hustle to something more positive and more legitimate so that I can have longevity with it. So therefore, you know, once I started recording music back in 2006, when my grandma passed away, I started recording music. It became a hobby and something that I liked to do. I started releasing projects. I started, you know, promoting it, but I didn't really know the business, but I was moving on I'm going to learn the business and, you know, I'm going to be successful. I don't want to be the rapper that get raped or jerked or whatever the terminology they use for a person signing a bad deal. So my thing was, I'm not going to sign anything or put myself in a partnership or agreement unless I have leverage to be able to grant that type of, you know what I'm saying, power in the situation. Once I completed my last stint in prison, I came home with a plan to just say, I'm going to just learn the business. So what I did was spend countless hours listening to YouTube videos and learning the business, watching people that catapulted to great success in the business and learned from their mistakes, learned from all the things that they did right. And then I even start looking at the people that failed and didn't really go as far and see like, okay, what did they do that I'm going to do differently? And then I just depicted all of that. So I'm talking about countless hours to where, you know what I'm saying, at night when everybody else sleep, I'm up on YouTube trying to learn some new shit. You know what I mean? Okay. And where it came from, just learning. And I mean, nobody helped me and said, hey, I'm gonna pull you under my wing and let me show you this and this and that. Like all the connections that I got in the music industry now, all the resources that I got came from me just being out here and actually trial and error, bumping my head. Okay, I fell off the bike. Okay, let me get back and try it again. Maybe, you know, I made something to work. And, you know, with being a prayed up individual, believing in God, a lot of the things start happening for me just off the base of that as well.
So, and you said a lot of stuff that is very important. So, how long has it been since you've been out of prison? And
Well,
when was it that you said, I'm not going back to prison again?
well, I was on Buffalo's 10 Most Wanted, so I was on a run.
Wow, really? What were you 10 Most Wanted for?
I was a drug dealer in the streets of Buffalo, so you know they had me marked as armed and dangerous, and you know I was on a run. So that through that period that I was on the run, I made it up in my mind that this is gonna be the last time. So I said this is gonna be the last time, and I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to save up enough money so that when I turn myself in, when I come home, I don't have to do this again. So what I did was I buried money behind the house, and then I turned myself in and did my prison time, and I never looked back. So I've been off of parole since 2015, and you know I'm just blessed to be here to be able to say, man, God is good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So that is definitely a success story.
Absolutely. My story is that's one thing I pride myself in, because most of these artists and rappers are characters. They like movie stars in the music industry because they make up a whole bunch of shit that they either heard or saw in the movie or never did in their real life, and it just sound good. They know how to play the character and it sound good, and you know they sell a lot of records that way. I'm not knocking them, but my story is different because I have the real story that they rap about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I over that they actually rapping about that they claiming that they did that they never really did. So it's like, you know what I mean? I pride myself in being able to turn my life around and turn that negative into a positive.
Okay, awesome. So who would you say are your role models?
My role models. It's in the music industry. I look at all the greats that did it. You know, with the J, with the Master P's, the Puff Daddies, the Diddies, the you know what I mean, the Birdmans, all the people that successful, Rick Ross, 50 Cent, all the people that did it their own way, that started from the bottom and grinded their way up to being a boss. You know what I'm saying? And being able to change other people's lives and put other people in position to win. Because that's what I mirror my moves on. You know what I mean? That type of thing is working my way up, you know what I'm saying, and building a foundation to where I can help change other people's lives with my platform.
Okay. So tell me about your first project, the first project that you said, you want to know what, this is it? Mm-hmm. Hey, so let's talk about your first project ever.
My first project was, I released that in 2007 or 2008, I think. 2007, at the end of 2007, and I released my first music video in 2008. And you know, it was just on some hobby. It was more of a hobby. It was more of a, you know, I was in the streets hustling. So, you know what I mean, even though that wasn't the smart thing to do, I was rapping about the things that I was really doing, which, you know, was basically telling on myself, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, like as a young person growing up, doing the same thing that I see most of these young rappers doing right now, I was a victim of doing the same thing because I felt like I'm a real nigga. I gotta prove that. I mean, I'm really doing this. So, you know what I mean? My music is the best because I'm really doing it. But really, that's not really what it is. It's like you gotta make a choice. Either you want to be in the streets or you want to be in the music business, and you can't do both. So, you know what I mean? I you know, of course, it's all about learning lessons, and I learned from my mistakes. You know, of course, with a couple bumps on my head of going to jail and then going to prison twice. So it's like, okay, I know what to do and what not to do.
So what was the total time that you spent incarcerated?
My first incarceration was in a county jail for a year. And then my second felony, I went up state to prison for 2 years. And I came home and was on a run. And then I went back and completed a year because I only had parole that was left. I didn't get caught with no new charges or nothing. So I went and completed my parole time. And then I came home. And then I completed the rest of the parole time on papers. And so all together, it would be, I would say, like probably like 3.5, 4 years, somewhere around there.
So for new rappers coming up, Do you have a book? I thought I saw that you had a book.
Well, I got a book. No, I got a book, but it should be one coming soon because my thing is I want to keep building my platform so that when it's time for me to release my movie, it'll have more eyes on it.
Okay. So with that being said, what kind of advice would you give up and coming? Because we look in, when I look in the news every day, I look at the news all the time, read articles. I'm seeing where rappers are dying every other day. What kind of advice would you offer to them, especially the rappers who, they're making a lot of money, they're making millions, but they're still doing street stuff?
I feel like a lot of rappers just getting caught up in a character to where, you know what I mean? You rapping about this person, so you feeling like I was when I was young. You living it, but I really was living it before I was a rapper. So it's like you get caught up in that character. And some people wasn't even street dudes before they started rapping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they get caught up in shit. I gotta prove these people I'm a real nigga and that I'm official and I'm really about that life, but not knowing its consequences. And that's the one thing that I do provide in my music. And when I talk, I like to let people know that, okay, I was in the streets, but I had consequences that I had to deal with. It's cause and effect. So it's like, it's not a game. Like when you in jail, is no, you can eat whatever food that you want. You can't go on vacations, take trips. You can't, if you got kids, you can't be with your kids, your family and loved ones. You got a girl, your girl probably with the next guy. You can't do, it's just like you losing all of that. And no matter how much a person say, even if you get an appeal and they say, oh, you're giving the time back, you never got the time back, because if you just spent 5 years in jail, that time is gone. You missed half a real world seeing what was going on. So it's like, if you're a rapper, stay a rapper. Know that that's what you are, and that you're not no longer a street dude. You're not no longer in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, and I think we get caught up in so busy trying to be a quote unquote real nigga, we forget how to be a real man or a real woman. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. All of that fictitious, you know what I'm saying, like livelihood of, oh, I gotta prove that I'm real to the hood. The hood really don't love you, to be honest with you. Because as soon as you die, they're gonna wear your RIP shirt, they're gonna hashtag you on social media for about a week or two or maybe a month, and they forget about you. Let's look at some of the countless famous rappers that they forgot about already. Like people could have died last year and they forgot about you. It's like nobody gonna care, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, so you should start moving like you got something to lose. A lot of people don't have the integrity to remember that this is a blessing. This is a gift. It's people that's outside starving. I go to LA, I see it's a bunch of homeless people every time. Even in Atlanta, they got the same similar situation, but it's not as bad as LA. But Skid Row is full of homeless people that either came here to try to pursue a dream and just gave up and got whipped by the society and how hard it is, or just people that just mentally is, not all the way there to secure themselves. So it's like, it's people doing it way worse than you. And the fact that you in these positions, you have to embrace it and realize that this got to be protected. This is like a precious jewel that if you drop it, you lose it, you might not never get it back. You might lose it forever.
So do you mentor mentor, younger rappers or kids to kind of keep them from following into the snares that you fell into?
That's actually what I'm working on right now. What I was doing like the motivational videos, but I want to make it bigger, because that's actually really my exit plan from music. Like I say in about 5 years, maybe when I'm 40, I could say, okay, I'm gonna retire from rap and just, sign artists and teach them the game and, help them make it. And then my next agenda is motivational speaking, going on tour, doing motivational speaking, going to schools, going to prisons, going to, all these places to try to give back to the people that need that knowledge. And I feel like I'm a good person to do it because I have, for one, a real life story. And for two, I lived the life that I lived and succeeded and survived it. And three, I look like they look, or I look like the people that they look up to. The cars, the jewelry, the designer clothes, the money, the all the shit that they like. I embody that already. So they're much more listen to me than the average, Joe Schmo that work a 9 to 5 at the post office. You know what I'm saying? So like, take it from me than the average person. So,
okay, cool. So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you got shit going on where you you know what I mean, need somebody to come talk to the youth, I'm all for that because I'm a father. I got kids, and I'm all about preaching, you know what I mean, positivity and leveling up on some legit shit.
Okay. So then people should, instead of looking at you and thinking that you're a certain way, they should get to know you.
Absolutely. And this is, I actually say it is a gift and a curse to, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you stereotype me and think that, oh, he's just a regular hood guy that ain't about nothing, he's just like the rest of them, that's cool. So then you would know, you know what I mean, certain things that you can't get over me on. So I take that as advantage. And the curse is I might miss a couple opportunities that, you know, that they want to give me because they thinking, oh, he just like the rest of those other, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a gift and a curse, but at the end of the day, I embrace it because God made me who I am for a reason. And, you know, shit, I ain't complaining.
Amen. Amen. So my next question is, what is your creative process?
I'm gonna be honest with you. As far as music, I just get the vibe and then the feeling. Like I built a studio in my condo, so it's like just like last night. I recorded a whole album last night.
Wow.
And it was in 4.5 hours. I recorded this whole album, and I'm gonna actually release the album probably on February 22nd because that's a very, 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 very powerful day. Those numbers are very powerful. 222. So I'm gonna release an album on that day. You know, so it's like, you know, when I get in my mode, I just, you know what I mean, get to going.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope that I'm at the album release.
Yeah, definitely gonna do an album release.
Okay. So what other music inspires you?
I don't just listen to rap, you know, I listen to all music genres. I listen to pop, country, rap, Caribbean, Afro beats, 90s hip hop, trap, drill. I just love music. You know what I'm saying? Music is an emotion and it makes me feel a certain type of way. So, you know, it's like medicine. When you feel in a certain type of way, you take this pill. Okay. When you feel in a type of way, you take that pill. So music is the same way. If you want to be in a happy, joyful mood, okay, I'm gonna listen to this music. If you in a grimy mood where you ready to hop on shit, okay, I'm gonna go listen to that music. If you in a love, you know, a sexy, sexual mood, you're gonna listen to that type of music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like different music bring out the different, you know what I mean, situations.
Okay. And so another question I wanted to ask was your last project. I noticed that you were, and then I'm going to get to the good stuff that I got, you know, from you. So your last project, the song, let me go back to it. Is it going to let me go back to it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm no. They can't talk to me right now. They're trying to call me. It was your last project, which was entitled, I Can't See It. That's what happens when you get older. Not Free Rat, Another Day in the Life.
Absolutely. Another day in life.
Okay, so let's talk about what was the premise behind that.
That was actually one of my favorite songs on the album. The premise behind that song is just another day in the life. It's so much going on out in the streets and out in the world, but like it's regular day life for us. You know what I'm saying? Like to the average person that lives in a picket fence and no poverty, they wouldn't understand that. But to us, it's a regular day. So another day in the life. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically talking about, you know what I'm saying, all the stuff that's been going on in the world with the pandemic, with you know, people and going to jail, streets, people dying, people lying, you know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of stuff, just poverty stricken things that, you know, came from the bottom will understand. But the people that didn't come from the bottom, it's like, oh wow, that's what's really going on.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah. So, and you actually, you transitioned from Buffalo to Georgia.
Absolutely. I've been here a year now, actually.
Mm-hmm. So has Georgia been good for you? Has it kind of helped with your...
Georgia's been great for me. It was great for me before I moved here. I've been trying to move to Atlanta since 2007. But, you know, I guess, you know, through the trials and tribulations I've been through, it was time, but got time. I got here, and it's been great. I, I love the energy here. That's the best thing about Georgia. I love the energy here. I mean, I love my city of Buffalo, but the energy is not the same. It's more of a dark, you know, it's a little more, I mean, the people not warm up like Atlanta.
Yeah, they offer you sweet tea. Come on in, honey, sugar, baby, and have a seat.
Got Arnold Palmer. Come on.
Okay, so you're breaking up a little bit. So, what's in your top 5 right now in your playlist?
Top 5 music.
Uh-huh.
What I'm playing right now currently, I'm listening to Rick Ross' latest album. I'm still listening to Meek Mill latest album, Jim Jones' latest album. I'm listening to Gunner currently right now. And who else am I listening to? Oh, my homegirl, she just put me on to Yo Gotti new artist called Big Boogie. I'm checking his shit.
Okay. And I don't think I asked you who would be some of your collabs that you would want to work with.
I want to work with let me see, who do I really want to? I want to work with Drake. I like Drake. Drake the home. Shout out to Canada, Toronto. They like cousins of Buffalo. They close as hell to us. But I would want to work with a person like Drake. Who else I want to work with? I fuck with Gucci Man. That's my dog right there. Shit. I fuck with Rick Ross too. That's
my daughter says he's her best friend.
Yeah, I fuck with Jada Kiss. My homie Nips died. I would have loved to do some music with him. I just like his whole energy and the way he thought as a man. My boy Nips. So.
All right. And so let's talk about your latest project. You let us know right here. You did a whole album last night. Absolutely. So let's go to Rich Lit Tour, and then let's go to your latest project and what we should expect on February 22nd.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Rich Lit Tour, amazing. Like I said before earlier in the interview, I'm an independent artist. I have no major deals and no major artists, no major influence that's backing me. All this is being funded out of my pocket. And I funded my own tour independently. I mean, I've been getting booked for shows, but I feel like I haven't been getting paid the amount of money that I deserve. Okay. Getting paid shows, but I feel like I'm worth way more. So it's like, if I'm worth way more, ain't no way I'm gonna settle for the less. So, you know, I decided, okay, if they don't want to book me for this number, then I'm gonna book myself and I'm gonna go on my own tour. So that's what I did. Tour.
So and I'd seen your page. You have awesome numbers, awesome support. You've been doing this for 16 years. Definitely. Your fans are a cult following.
Absolutely.
So your fans, are they pushing your stuff?
Absolutely. And I appreciate everybody that support my movement, because guess what? You don't have to. You could be doing anything else with your time in this world. And the fact that take the time to support me, I'm appreciative of that, because without them, there's no me in this music world.
Amen. So your new project, February 22nd, Rich Lit. And I wrote this down. What is it? Come and get some of this rich energy. I wasn't gonna say the rest of it, but come get some of this rich energy.
For sure. Rich Energy is my album that I'm dropping after I release this. The album that I'm dropping on February 22nd is actually a mixtape. It's called Keep That Same Energy Part 2. Okay.
All right. So I love the energy and the vibe.
That's all it's about. If you notice, everything is about vibes and energy with me. So, you know what I mean? That's the title the way that they are, because that's what I'm about. Good vibes, good energy, stuff of that nature.
So what else can we expect from Ponzo Houdini, Cake Boss?
Well, shit, I'm starring in a bunch of movies. So that's what you can expect from me. Movies, music, and more business moves. You know, I just signed a deal with Black Jockey Clothing. I'm now the brand ambassador, and you know, and I'm sponsored by the company now, so I'm promoting Black. Matter of fact, I got the hat on right now. Blackjockey.com. You can go ahead and get that. They're African American owned. They have great quality. They have great customer service. You can purchase all of their stuff on their website, blackjockeyclothing.com, as well as follow them on Instagram at Black Jockey Clothing. So yeah, okay. I'm just working my move.
All right. And you want to know what I didn't talk about? And I want people to know this, that your song is currently number 43 on the hip hop and R&B chart on iTunes.
Absolutely. And like I said, all independently. When I mean it when I say I appreciate everybody that support me, because they don't have to. And I appreciate that. At the end of the day, I'm on the charts independently. That's major. Right now with that, and my song has been released 3 weeks and it's almost over 250,000 views on YouTube organically. So it's like, at the end of the day, I could take that and go to a major label and go sign my life away because I got leverage. But I want to keep building my platform. So when I do decide to partner with a label, it'll make sense for me and it'll make sense for them as well. So, you know, it's all about the right partnership for me. Of course, I have no problem with going to sign and being with a company that can make me bigger than I'm already am on my own, but it just got to make sense for me. That's all. And I want it to make sense for them too. So if we both win at the end of the day and we both happy, then that's how the deal will get done. But until then, I'm going to keep working my move.
Well, awesome. Now, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, how they can download your music, how they can follow you, because again, this is about making sure that the fans follow you.
Absolutely.
And support you.
Absolutely. PonzoHoudini.com. You can go to my website and check me out. Also, you can follow me on all social media at Ponzo Houdini on all social media sites. Ponzo Houdini on all streaming and download sites for music. YouTube channel Ponzo Houdini. Stay updated. There's going to be more and more content being dropped, and I'm going to keep on going. You heard?
All right. Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And we got a shout out to the OG, Omega Red. How can I forget?
Shout out to my very good man and a very dope artist. And, you know, bro, I just want to let you know, man, I appreciate you, bro. When you're watching this interview, just know your brother from Buffalo, New York, shouting you out, bro. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all go check out his music too, man. Omega Red for sure.
Mm-hmm. See, this drink. That's what got me tonight. But again, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you go and follow Mr. Cake Boss, Mr. Ponzo Houdini. Share, like, subscribe. Make sure that you're following me, your girl Missy E the Party Doll. You can follow me on Facebook at Missy E Johnson. Instagram, Missy Party Doll, Twitter, Missy E Party Doll, and then make sure that you click like and subscribe to the Urban Influencer on all platforms. It has been a pleasure. Take care. Have an amazing night, and mwah.